Good morning, everyone. This is Elizabeth Yeager coming to you with the 12 weeks of Christmas, and we're on to week 6. And today I'm going to show you the pansy petals. Now you'll find this on page 28-29 of the catalogue. And it's a wonderful suite. I fell in love with it as soon as I got the annual catalogue. Not only do you get the stamp set, which is here, you can get the dies, which I have here, lots of different dies for cutting out, and there is a beautiful paper that comes with a DSP that comes with it as well. It has, just to give you a quick look, it's got lots of pansies. The other side is that. Then it's got one with leaves and a green gingham. This one with the fresh freesia. Then some pansies, and you can actually use the dies to cut these out, which is a really lovely thing to do. The other side, and then this one of my favorites. I really love this one. It's muted colors, and then the other side is stripy, and this one with the peach. So that is the DSP. Now I'm going to show you lots of things today that you can do with this. The first thing I did when I got this suite was I stamped out some pansies in different colors to see what I could do. So you can see here that I've got lots of pansies, and I've written down what I've stamped them out in different colors, just to see what I liked. So you can see that that's sort of as a reference, so that I know what I can stamp out on. I'm going to show you a few cards that I have made with this, just so that you can see different ways to use. This one uses the paper, and it's on soft, succulent and evening evergreen. This one a friend made me, and it actually uses the DSP with cut-out flowers on the front of it, and the back is Blackberry Bliss. This is another one I made, and you can see that I've used this paper, and I've used a dragonfly that I've punched out in vellum. There's 3. And this one I have actually used the pansy dies. These petals were originally white, and then I've coloured them in. I'm going to show you how to do that today. And this is another one that I've done using the dragonfly as well. And the final one I want to show you is this one. This is a slide and lock card, which I have instructions for on my blog, and it opens up like this, and then you can close it up and slide your pansy over, and there's a beautiful little bee on it as well. But today what I'm going to show you is how can we make something different. Been to a camp, and I decided I was going to use the pansy dies for my projects. So I had to make a celebration gift or something, or a card, and a Christmas card, and then they wanted me to demo something as well. So what I've used is the Pretty Pillow Boxes die, and just put a belly band on it with some ribbon, and used the gingham side of the DSP and made this. The other one I did for Christmas was this one here. This one here uses the little dies, the buds of the pansy, and I've coloured them in like Christmas bells, and I've used that as a Christmas card. But today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful flower. You can see it's 3D. I've put it on a Stampin' Up pizza box and I just love it. I made a few in different colors and I want to show you that you can use it for lots of different things. So I've got one in a pizza box. I have this one which I haven't placed on anything yet, and I made a 12 by 12 picture frame, and up here we've got a pansy that I've just tip colored the edges of the dies, and this one I put a pink flower in and use some other things on it. So that's a few different ideas. Today I'm going to show you how to make the flower, which I love. So I decided today that I would use these colors, and I've done a few ahead of time. So I'll just pull them all over here. You will need 9 of these. I've got a couple of blank ones to show you how to color them in. And so I've got 5 there, and I should have another one which has disappeared. Yeah. So I've got 5 for the lower part of the card and 4 for the top flower. Now, what I did was I used my blender pens for this. I got my yellow, which is Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to colour in the remaining 3 so that you can see what I've done. I've got that, and I've got my Daffodil Delight, and I just put my finger on it like this and go around like that until I get it the colour I really want. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to colour the other side of the petal as well. There's a reason for that, as you will discover. It doesn't need to be coloured right down to the bottom, but it's good to have it coloured. Do another one. Turn it over. Do the back. Like that. And the last one. Get a little bit more yellow on it. Turn it over. Do the wrong side of the petal. Okay, so we've got 5. Now, it isn't finished yet, so what I did next was I got some Mango Melody, and I got a Stampin' Dauber. So I've got my Mango Melody, and these are great for doing this sort of thing. So open my box, and I'll get the Dauberite that's in similar colours. And then I just get my petal, turn it back to the right side, and just go along the edge of the petal so that it gives it a bit of dimension. That's 1. 2. And 3. So I should have 9 now. Let me check, because it's always easy to lose one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the bottom. And that one's been done. Now I want to do the same, and I've used Area Espresso on the bottom. And what I've done, put that away, is used another dauber for that with Area Espresso, and I've just done the center of the flower with this. So just to get a bit more depth in it. That's 1. 2, and the last one. back in the little box and close my stamp set so I don't get it everywhere. The next job is to curve the petals, and I use my bone and scorer, and I just turn the petals so that this is going to be the top side, so that I just bend it like that. So I'm going to do that to all the petals. Two. Three. You can do these more or less depending on what you want. I don't want them too much for the base petals, so I'll do them first, and we'll put that bit together and we'll leave the other 4 petals there. So I've got a circle here, and I'm going to actually put these on the circle with some glue dots. So what I do is I get my trusty pick, my glue dot, put it on the back of the petal and set it on the yellow circle. I usually try to get a circle that tones in, because it just makes it a little easier to put together. That's 2 done. I think I want that one out a little bit more. 3. I want to push them around so they're a little bit more on top of each other. My ribbon is got another one. 4. What happened? My glue dot. Where did it go? Ah, it's on my finger. Sometimes happens. 4. And the last one. 5. And that can go there. So that's my lower layer of petals. Now I'm going to do my top layer. And I'll just leave that one aside for the moment. So again, I'm going to curve my top petals. This time I want them a bit more curved, and I sort of want them like that so that they're quite flexible. So I'll do this one. You might hear the garbage truck in the background as he comes around and collects our garbage for the day, for the week, actually. So I can always make these even more so. Okay, and the last one. That's that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue dots on the back of these. So I'm going to do all 4 at one time. And I have a very good reason for doing that. 1. 2. 3. 4. Okay. Right, now these are going to actually go on top of each other like this. So they're actually much more layered than the other ones. So that one can go there, and that one can go like that. And then I'm going to curve my petals so that they are really bent up. Okay. So I'm happy. Now that's going to sit on the inside of the other one. And don't be afraid to squash them, even to make them so that there's a little fold in them, like that. And that's going to sit in there. But before I do that, I'm going to get another yellow dot and I'll put this in the back. This just gives it a little bit more stability. So although I've got glue dot there, I'm going to put some multi-purpose glue there. Stick my yellow dot on. And I've got a really small one for there, so that when I put it on top of the other flower, I can put lots of glue dots on this here. I find glue dots are quite good for this. Oops, sticking to my finger. So I use a multiple of glue dots and multi-purpose glue for this. 2, 3. Okay, now I want to set this on top of this one. And I want those to be up a little bit higher, so I'm just going to push them up like that, so that they are more like that. Now, as you can see, it's not finished yet, so and we can pull those in a little bit too, so that it's similar to that. I've made a center for this flower, and I decided to use some old twine that I had. So, and I'm going to quickly just show you how to do that, and then we'll put this one on. It's going to go in the center of the flower. I like this because it had a little bit of gold on it. So, got some here. And what I do is I cut a short piece. I lay it on the top of my scorer, and I just wind this around it a few times. By 12 times is probably more than enough. Cut that off. And then I use the two bits that the piece I laid the other way, I use that to tie it off in a double knot, so it won't come undone. And the really nice thing about this is that because it's the same color, you don't have to cut it really short. You can use it as part of the stamens on your flower. Okay, and I just slide it off, fold it in half where I put that in, and cut all of these. And if there's any that are too long, I can trim them off like that. And move the paper out of the way. And then I just fluff them up so that they... Now, when I put it down on my card, I might feel that they're too long. I might find that they're just perfect. So what I'm going to do is put a glue dot in the center, because I find that that's the best way to keep this down. And I'll actually put one there and another one beside it. Stop sticking to my pick, like that. And I'm just going to push this in place on top of it. And then I'll fluff them up so that they're all fluffed up. So basically, that's my... Now, I could put a gold gem in the middle if I wanted to. It depends what I want to do. I can unravel these a little bit so that they're a little bit more... so that the gold is separating from the yellow. And you can see that you don't see very much of the dark, but that's how it goes. Okay, now I want to add some petals to the back. So I've die cut some green petals out. And I'm going to use some of these. So I'm going to use a large one, 3 large ones, and a couple of small ones when I find them. I think I've got some small ones in here. Maybe these are all big ones. Looks like these are all big ones. That's okay. Get those out. Okay. Now these are just cut out of garden green, and they are embossed. So what's going to happen is they're going to stick in behind this circle. That's why we've got it there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put some more glue in behind the flower, and I'm just going to pop my petal in and pop my petal in like that, or my leaf in like that. And then I think I want maybe one up here, put a little bit in there, put one up the top, and then down here I think I want to put two more. So I'll put one there like that, just give it a bit of a squeeze, and another one beside it. Okay, and that one I didn't put enough glue on it, so it would stay. There we go. Now, as you can see, I've squashed it a little bit, but a little bit of curving with your hands to mold it into shape gives you your petal. Okay, that one more there. So that is one, and I think I would probably put maybe even a black gem in the middle of it, or you could even put, I used black twine here, or the other thing you can use is DMC embroidery thread, and you can see on this box that I've actually put a gold gem in the middle, so that works really well. With this one I just used white, this basic white twine, and I coloured it with a blender, and it comes out sort of variegated. So that's another way of doing it. If I was putting this in the box, I'd probably glue the leaves to the box and the flower separately. But if I wanted to stand by itself, that's how you do it. And it just makes a beautiful gift flower for the top of a gift. I hope you've enjoyed this today, and that you can make use of the die petals, and this is what they look like, just in case you're wondering. This is the big one, and the small ones, got some leaves here that you could also colour in. I can't see any of my small ones there, but the small ones you can put in on the top. I thought there were some small ones. Oh, I've got two in there. Yep, there's one. And another one. And you can do whatever you want. You can make your own pansies, just like that. So basically you'd put your glue dot on the back of this, and then put that on like that, and that one on like that, and you've got your pansy, and then you can put a center on it like we've done on some of the other cards. This one here, for example, I've put the black and then a yellow dot in the middle. So that's another way of doing it. You can make a Christmas one, a red one, even more. This was more orange, and on this one I've actually put some Wink of Stella as well, so just to give it a little bit of a sparkle. So I hope you enjoy this and enjoy doing it. Thank you.